Hey friends, great to see you again. Today we are gonna repair sub HDX Model T Gen 2 type brake caliper, and it's not gonna be the last video. From now on we are gonna show all the brake caliper videos. We are making it because we know that quality is important, but only quality is not enough. Even if you are using the original materials and original repair kits, if you don't have great techniques, you're gonna have a problem. So we will see some little mistakes during the videos and some big mistakes. But always little mistakes bringing big result. For example, cleaning. Cleaning is the little mistakes, but when I'm visiting repair shops or when I'm visiting different countries in the repair shops, I'm seeing that truck coming. They just take out the brake caliper without any cleaning. They just put new mechanism, closing, and sending the clients, sending the trucks. But it's a big mistake. It's small mistake, but it's bringing big result. We already clean our brake caliper, but I want to make one last control. If there is any burr inside or any material inside, it's already clean. I make my last control. So it's time to fit the bushes. So we have two bushes, and also between the two bushes we will replace this bush. For the fitting bushes I have a special caliper tool case. I will share the caliper tool case links and codes in the YouTube video. You will see in the comments, and you can buy it. Of course you don't have to buy it. If you have a good tools and if you don't give damage to bushes or calipers, you can use any of the tools. And it's just making your job easy. That's why we are using. It's our own production. So let's fit the bushes. For the fitting bushes in our caliper toolkit, there is one tool. The number is 20 for sub HDX we are using. You are fitting here from this side, and then you are taking the bush and bearing. And then from this dimension you will put this bolt inside of the caliper. You will see the bush gonna go inside little bit. You need to make sure for that. As you can see, it fits just little bit. And then the dimension is, this is for taking out, this is for taking in. We are fitting this. And I'm holding with 16 keys. The bush going inside so freely. I'm not spending any energy with hammer. I'm not making a difficult job. It's just go in perfectly. So the first bush is done. I want to take it out a little bit. Then I will go to second step now. So for the second bush fitting, it fit already. I want to make sure. So I will go with the last bushes now. Now I will use the same tool, 20 number, and then fit in the bushes, putting bearings, and then bolts again. As you can see, the wash is going a little bit inside, and then for taking this side, I'm fitting it. I'm holding with 16 again. So the first wash is done. For taking out little bit space. Take out the caliper tool case items. So plastic wash time. For the plastic wash time, as you can see, there is a nail here, and you can see inside there is a space. So when you're fitting it, this nail need to come this side exactly. An easy replacement. You can see it fitted. I'm making one last control. So there is a big problem with these materials because people always take out the mechanism, take out all of the items, but they never change this. But you must change this. This plastic gear is getting damages, and it's so important for the brake caliper adjustment. I always want you to change these easy plastic tools because it's so important. It's also a little mistake, but it's bringing big result. So I will fit the tools now. As you can see, there is one O-ring here and this plastic item, and for the fitting. So the mechanism, so I'm checking and it's turning, controlling. It fitted perfectly. There is no problem. I changed this. I will fit the mechanism now. Please don't forget that you need to control with your hand and it needs to be flexible. It's important. I always want you to change this plastic gear. Anytime when you're changing your mechanisms, when you're repairing your caliper, you need to take out the old one and you need to put new ones. It's important. For the mechanism, for the security reason, during the transportation or during the stock time people carrying, not getting any damage, we are using this security item. But this is trash, you don't need to use it. Only for the security reason we are using this item. And also we have another materials here. We have one O-ring and one another item. If you want, you can fit together, but for understanding easy, what I'm making, I always fitting the first lever side. When you fit in the lever side, firstly you are replacing, so you are pushing a little bit, and then you are putting the O-ring inside. After O-ring, this dimension gonna be inside. We are fitting and making sure. And then the last item. Also in our caliper tool case, when you buy the caliper tool case, this key inside of the caliper tool case, you can always buy it. It's time to fit it. So when you're fitting, I offer you to hold from your hands and lift up a little bit the ball side and press with your fingers, because otherwise it's gonna turn. The common mistake in this, people thinking it fitted and they tight it completely, but there is a washer. If you put even a little bit space, this washer is gonna comes out. If the washer gonna come out, the mechanism is gonna stop and it's gonna give damage. Caliper gonna block. Maybe there will be even the fire on the truck. So it's so important that you need to tighten the bolts so carefully. So this step finished now. What we are gonna make now, we will fit the next item. So when I'm fitting, I'm just calculating the place, and then firstly I will make opposite side, and I will make sure that it's gonna fit it. When I'm hearing the click voice, I'm fitting, so it's easy replacement. So now it's time to fit the rubber. I will make a little bit more. Okay. It's better to turn this side. So I will fit the rubber now. For the fitting, people thinking when they are making with their hands it's enough, but it's not. It's never enough. It's the security for the boors. It's the security for the not only boors, also water and everything. So I will make sure one last time it fitted perfectly. It goes in. If you give even a little bit damage to this rubber, you must change it. It's so important. I'm checking carefully one last time. I see this side didn't fit properly. So also the inner boots time. For the inner boots, firstly, you are putting inside it's okay. So we are fitting it. As a last step, we can fit these items. I'm making sure that it fits properly. As you can see, it fitted. It's not coming out. It's not coming out. It's perfect. So I will fit the plastic items. First one is fitted. Now is the second one. People forgetting this, but is holding the guide pins and giving power to inner boot. So you must put it. Every item is important. Every item is sensitive. In the caliper, you cannot jump any item. So as you can see, we fit our mechanism, we fit our boots, we fit everything. So it's time to connect. Firstly, I want to turn the mechanisms, and the plate gonna go inside. Of course, when I'm going in the end of adjustment, I will give 45 degrees space. Is always important, because if you are connecting like that, if you press the lever, it's not gonna work. I will show you. So when you go in the end of place, just 45 degrees, you will give flexibility to the opposite side. So when we come in the end of place, we give 45 degrees space here. Why? Because when it's coming in the end of adjustment side, we need to give flexibility. Even with the original, even with the any of item, you need to give just 45 degrees flexibility. Then we will control later. Now, what you are gonna do? We are gonna fit our guide pins. For the guide pins, there are some important points. The bolts need to have blue glue. You can use Loctite. Even if you have the second hand or use bolts, what you need to do, you just need to put Loctite. Is important. When we are selling our bolts, it's always coming automatically with this glue. But I always offer you to make it, because in the caliper, in the truck, there are a lot of vibration and the bolts coming out easily. When the bolts coming out easily, even one of it's gonna come out, the carrier not gonna go straightly, maybe carrier gonna broken, maybe the tire gonna stuck. It's important. Every step always important. So I will put a little bit grease inside and this side as well. So after the grease, we are fitting our guide pins. It's so easy. You don't have to push your hands like that to fit it. You just need to press a little bit, and with your finger, when you turn one circle, it's gonna fit it. The second guide pin also same, but you need to be very sure that guide pins are very clean. Why I'm saying that? Because when we are selling the guide pins, it's staying in the shelf for a long time. We put a special oil on site to protect from dust, something like that, and we don't want that it's gonna rusting some problem. For this reason, we are putting a special oil. But if you putting inside of the caliper with that special oil, what is happening in the end? This guide pin not working properly. So you need to clean the guide pin very carefully as a first step. We already cleaned. I'm making last control. So after the last control, we already put the grease. So you just need to go a little bit and turn your finger, and then it's time to fit the carrier. Firstly, I want to fit. There are two guide pins here. They are same dimension. I want to go in a little bit inside of the carrier. Okay, it's going already. So the second one. It's going already. So when you are tightening the bolts, you will go a little bit here, little bit here. Control. So I will control the carrier. It is working properly. As you can see, it's just perfectly moving. There is no problem. So it's time to lift up a little bit. And steel caps. For the steel caps, we have two steel caps, and one of it gonna fit here, the other one gonna fit here. any tools you can use it. For that item, I'm using this tool. We must close every place also. For example, people thinking this is not necessary, we are not using. But a lot of water, a lot of burr, a lot of dust coming inside of the caliper. And if any water or dust gonna come inside of this place, what's gonna happen? All the water or dust gonna go to directly mechanism side. Easily we fit this one. So we are gonna repair, we are gonna fit a retainer now. So it's completely done. And we will test our brake caliper. Firstly, with the tools, if it's working properly. The lever is coming strongly. Is not stacking, it's perfect. So I will show you some detail firstly. When you are pressing the lever, don't make only like that. Also try like this, and test if the lever is stacking. As you can see, there is no stacking problem. It's working properly. What we are gonna do now, we will test our mechanism tour. For the original 4 or 4.5 tour is finishing, we will see in our video. Let's make from this side, it's gonna be a bit longer. So with the pen, I will put a mark here. So from this mark, we will understand in how many tours is gonna make finishing. As you can see, the mark is here. Let's make 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 4th tour, our mechanism tour finished. It means it's exactly working like original. If it's gonna be like 6, 7, it's gonna give you a big problem. Or if it's gonna be like 2, 2.5, it's gonna give you another problem. You need to be focused only original, and you always need to follow original tour, original mechanisms tours. And let's check our brake caliper now with the brake chamber. Of course, before the brake chamber, I want to arrange the plate gonna go in. For the plate, when you go in the end of place, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, you always need to give a space. It's always important. Other way, the brake caliper, even with the original, even with spare part, doesn't matter, it's not gonna work properly. So, 40 degrees space. Now, we will make our test with the brake chamber. When you are connecting the brake chamber, I want to mention for the brake chamber, if you are using Chinese or not original brake chambers, you need to be careful for the brake chamber pin. If it's gonna be longer, it's gonna give you heating problem, because when you are fitting inside like this, sometimes this pin is longer. This is not caliper problem. We are not the producer of brake chamber, but we want to tell you because we are seeing a lot. First, the brake chamber has direction. If you are replacing like that, it's gonna give you some problem. if you're gonna even replace in the correct dimension, if this pin is longer, what's gonna happen when you fit it? Is gonna press the lever. Even when you're not making brake, what's gonna happen? The brake pads gonna touch the brake disc a little bit, and it's gonna give heating problem. So you cannot use longer or shorter. Is important. So as a second step, if this dimension is not straight, and when you're working with the brake chamber, if it's going to do not straightly, if it's going a little bit left, right, what's gonna happen? It's gonna touch the lever from the wrong side, maybe like that, and it's gonna give damage to lever. So the lever not gonna work properly, or is gonna get damaged. So it must be central. You must control it. I'm giving this warning because I see a lot of problem with the brake chambers. Brake chambers quality is so important, and it's affecting a lot, and it's giving big result to caliper quality. Please be careful. So let's connect our brake chambers. I fit the mechanism side. So is the testing time. As you can see, mechanism turning place you will see from here, and the top hat, the plate gonna come out and in. You will see from here. We will show you all the places. As you can see, brake caliper working properly and brake chamber working properly. And we will see the mechanism side turn. We will see plate side now. As you can see, we finished one caliper repair for the SAF HDX Model T Gen 2 type, but I want to give you some more details about this brake caliper. For example, the lever. For the lever, people using casting materials, but casting cannot work with this brake caliper because when the brake chamber pin gonna give the pressure on it, is gonna be broken, so the caliper gonna stop, and it must be forging. You can see the forging mark easily. You can understand the forging lever easily also. Also, you need to give heating treatment on the surface, especially these places. It must be like original, like 60 Rockwell hardness, 55, 60, 65 Rockwell hardness you must have on this bearing. To understand easy, if you don't have hardness testing device, just try to hit on these places, and if you can see easy marks here and damages, as you can see there is no damages. If you can see easy damages, it means the hardness is not enough. It means the roller bearing not gonna work properly on it. Any roller bearing, there is a 60 Rockwell hardness. So if your lever gonna be 20, 25, 30, even 10, or without any hardness, what's gonna happen? The lever, the roller bearing, gonna give big damages to lever. So you need to be careful. It must be forging, firstly. Secondly, the Rockwell hardness value is important. This is the first important thing. Secondly, for the plate casting, in the casting, if you are using wrong material, when the caliper is working, it's broken from here or broken from here. so it's definitely stopping. So it's important that you need to have a great casting quality, and to understand it, maybe you can hit a little bit here, and you can test a little bit more. If it's bending, there is no problem, but if it's broken from here when you're hitting, it's not bending but broken, that means it's not okay quality. That means you're gonna have a big problem. Certainly you can make sure. Also for the bolt, what people doing here, they are making screws here with the bolts, and that kind of models you cannot use. That kind of models, because bolts gonna have some vibration, then they are gonna come out. When they are gonna come out, there is a loose here, there is a space. After this space, what's gonna happen? The caliper gonna stuck. Any detail is important. If you see any bolts from your supplier, what you need to do, you just don't need to use it. It's a trash. It's important detail. And as a last control also, so firstly, some of the bolts not going in the end. They are stacking like this. They are not going more, or like this. It's also a big problem. You need to be very sure that it's going in the end. And as a second step, you need to check the space. If there is a lot of space, it means it's different than original. As you can see, they don't have a lot of space. It's fitting perfectly, and there is no shaking or something like that. This means it's okay quality, and you cannot have damages, or the caliper cannot stuck easily. For the plate, if it's brittle, you will have problem. For the lever, if it's gonna be casting, you will have problem. Or if the hardness not enough, the Rockwell value is not enough, you will have problem. For the bolt, if you have the screws here, you will have another problem. So in the brake caliper, any of the brake caliper, you need to focus on original, and you need to imitate the original quality, or you need to focus on original quality. What we are making, we are always focusing original, and there is no difference between our parts and original parts, and original is only the target for us. And when we are repairing the caliper, we are careful in any steps. Clean calipers, forging issues, casting issues, replacement tools, everything is important. We just repair our brake caliper and the mechanism to finish in the forward, exactly the same with the original, so everything gonna work properly. You will not have any problem. Thank you for watching it.